So first, I will give you some introduction about this discussion and the service that I run. My name is Rakesh Raman. I am a journalist and social activist. Among my other editorial and social projects, I run a service for the Delhi residents, particularly who live in the cooperative group housing societies of Delhi. I report about the crime and corruption happening in these societies through this service, which is a free online service called Clean House. So the links to the Clean House service will be given under this video for those people who want to contact me. So they can fill in a simple form and briefly inform me about their case. Then if required, I will for more documents that they can submit through this online form or through my email. So my contact and the details about this service will be given under this video. So in today's case, we are meeting with Miss Mehnaz Ansari, who lives in Jaypee CGHS in Sector 22 of Dwarka. This building is also called, I think, Beverly Park. Beverly Park in Sector 22 of Dwarka. She will explain her case to me, which will be then subsequently available on this Clean House service. So dozens of these societies from across Delhi contact me. You can go through this page of Clean House, this service I have been running for the past 6 years, and go through those. You click on the links given under these particular cases, and you can study those cases which are available under this Clean House service for the past 6 years. So now we will ask Ms. Ansari to explain her case to us. So you can begin.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for allowing me time to my specific issue. I've been staying in the society for the last 9.5 years. I am a member of the society and I'm a very active member. And I have helped, the various MCs who have, taken part in the running of the society since 2014. And this specific case of mine pertains to the electricity subsidy, which BSES allows to, the residents of, in fact, all domestic consumers. And specifically in our case, because this is a CGHS and we have a common supply meter from BSES, the society, what it does is it prepares a consolidated statement for all the residents who are entitled, gets the same, subsidy calculations audited by an independent CAG empaneled firm through its in-house accountant. And then the subsidy claim is with BSES. So that, because had it been individual meters, direct and the supply was coming directly from BSES, there wouldn't have been a problem, because every month BSES would have passed on the rebate to that consumer who was entitled to it. But because we have a common supply meter coming to the society, and then the society disseminates that electricity to all the 256 residents, is why all this process is required. And through my earlier communication to you, I have already forwarded you the DERC, Delhi Electricity Regulatory Commission's regulations in this norm, which clearly specify what procedure is to be adopted and how this whole subsidy claim is to be filed. Now, in my specific case, this pertains to my sister, who is an NRI and who also was the owner of one of the flats here in the same society. And I am her special power of attorney holder. So what happened last year was that a similar subsidy claim for financial year 21-22 was filed by the accountant on behalf of the society. And in the month of May 2022, which was, I had sold off my sister's flat. And when I approached the society, in fact, I first approached the buyer of that flat, who also happens to be a resident of the society for the last, I think, 8 years or so.
This,
He initially said,
excuse me, this DERC form that you have mentioned and shared
yes,
with me, on this form, each member's signature is required for getting this subsidy from BSES. Is that?
that's right, sir. That's right, sir.
So now you are saying that your sister or you have not signed that form and it was submitted to the DERC or BSES.
BSES, BSES.
And then the society got this money from BSES.
That's right, sir.
So
And in fact, when I had spoken,
how is it possible that when you have not signed this form and BSES has cleared this subsidy for the society?
so that's a $1 million question, because I haven't signed, not for my flat, not for my sister's flat. And when I had checked with few other members, they said even they have not signed this form. So who has signed or who has not signed, and how the subsidy got released by BSES is something to be pondered upon, because the form is very, very clear that it has to be signed by the member concerned, member or the resident, because there are a lot of tenants also who are staying here.
Yeah.
So in case the owner is not there, then the form needs to be signed by the tenant.
Yeah. So,
Even otherwise, I mean, the rule says that whosoever is the consumer of electricity and
yeah.
whosoever is making the payment for the electricity bills is entitled.
Yeah.
Right. So, coming back to the issue, when I approached my new buyer of my sister's flat, I said this subsidy, because now you are the owner, and this subsidy has, because that is the process which needs to be followed, and it has come in the subsequent financial year. So I am actually eligible for it because we have made the payments for all the electricity bills.
Yeah.
So he first agreed, but after a couple of days, he refused. He says, no, I don't think that you are entitled. You have already sold the flat to me, and so I am entitled to that subsidy.
How much?
In that case,
how much is the amount?
Sir, it's about 9,300 or 500 something.
Yeah. Okay.
Because my mother was staying in that house, and she's an old lady. Obviously, the consumption levels are very low, and the entire amount of electricity, is eligible to her as a rebate.
Yeah.
So when he refused, I approached the society secretary and the president. And I said that, this is what has happened, and you are requested to kindly intervene. And the first response, and I gave the justification, obviously.
Those people, can you name them?
Sir, the president is Commander V.K. Jaytee.
Yeah.
And the secretary is Dr. Tushar Bhaumik.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So as a first response, I think Commander Jaytee was traveling at that point in time. So Dr. Bhaumik responded back to me saying that, okay, we will get in touch with this new buyer of your sister's flat. And we have written a letter, and I got a copy of that letter.
Yeah.
So if you want, I can read out from that letter what was written in that letter. Basically, it said that, the subsidy should be passed on to the, I'll just read it out to you, that we have received a communication from our member, Ms. Menaz Ansari, who was earlier the owner of flat number 4702 during the financial year 21-22 for transfer of subsidy amount, which was credited to your flat account in the month of July 2022. And the energy subsidy, which was released by BSES in the month of May and credited to the flat, pertains to financial year 21-22. And since she was the owner of the said flat during the period, the subsidy should rightfully go to her account.
Yeah.
And the last line of that said that hence you are requested to kindly arrange for needful action.
So far, they have done the right thing, that means.
Yes, sir. But after this, when nothing happened, I again corresponded with the management committee on email, and I said that after your last letter, nothing has been done, and he is now refusing, because he sent me a separate message saying that I don't think I should pass this on to you. And after follow-up of, I think after a few mails, then Commander Jaypee, came into the picture, and he started writing, saying that we will discuss this in the MC meeting. So I wrote back to him saying that this is not an MC matter. I mean, it is a clear-cut case. There is nothing which needs to be done. However, in between, we met him along with few other members for another issue in the society office, and I clearly discussed this case with them, and they just nodded their head and said, "Okay, we will look into it," but nothing happened thereafter. And the chain mails continued, but there was no response after that. So what I thought as the right thing to do was that on 4th of August 2022, I gave an RTI application in their office.
Yeah.
And I said that, I need to know in whose name was the subsidy claim first of all filed, whether it was filed in my sister's name, because she was the owner. Obviously, when the accountant filed, we were still the owners, right? And I asked for the CA certificate, all those regulations which are required, all the paper documents.
They didn't respond, and you filed the appeal in the RCS office.
That's right, sir. After waiting for 30 days.
Could have taken these documents from DERC office also.
They or me?
Means you could have filed RTI application in DERC office to get these related documents on which your or your sister's signatures have been put.
You're right, sir. You're absolutely right. I did that as well, because I did not get any response from the management committee, and for obvious reasons. I mean, as I said in the beginning, I've been involved in the society affairs almost since 2015, and I've been very vocal about a lot of issues, and particularly so all the all the irrational decisions or the illegal decisions by the MC, I've always spoken.
Trying to say that they are vindictive.
That's right. That's right. Otherwise, there is no reason. I mean, this is a simple.
If they are vindictive, then they will withhold only this 9,000 rupees. They could have.
What else?
They could have filed some, as I get these cases from different societies. The first thing they do is they file an expulsion application for that dissident member in the RCS office. These are false.
On what? On what reasons? On what reasons?
On anything. There's some music this noise is coming from your home, or many people are visiting your home. These are the complaints that I have heard being filed in the RCS office to get these opponents expelled from the society. These are the complaints.
Sir,
and I myself have faced this thing.
I mean, everything needs to be proven at the end of the day, sir. Right?
No, so to harass you.
If there is loud music, or if there are too many visitors, or if I'm doing anything wrong, and believe me, sir, I'm a chartered accountant by profession. Okay, and I have a good rapport amongst the members, and they do understand. I've been an MC member myself for 1 year, right? And they know my work, and they know what kind of services I've given to the society in terms of telling them.
Excuse me, if this meeting gets disconnected, because I think I have a limit of 30 minutes, so then
yes, sir.
Reconnected.
Oh, sure, sir. Sure. So coming back to your point, sir, that I could have approached the BSES office. I did that. Yeah. And in fact, I filed 2 online applications to BSES office. I also wrote to the power department. And I got a correspondence from them saying that BSES there is some ongoing case which is pending. And they said that, we are not covered under RTI.
Okay. Okay.
So I have that in fact, I haven't sent that to you, but I received this from their office. And it says, they've given me reference of that order. It says the interim order dated 23rd January 2007 is made absolute during the pendency of the present writ petition. And they said, in this view of the matter, since the very declaration of BRPL as a public authority in terms of RTI Act has been stayed,
Okay.
and that the said order has been made absolute. Your request is not maintainable.
What about DERC?
No, so DERC I did not apply to. I applied to BSES and I applied to the power department.
This form should have gone to DERC, no? Because at the top of this form, it is written DERC, some notification or something.
Yes, sir. So so when you file an online RTI application, under the drop down menu, there are certain departments which are mentioned there. So
Yeah.
one of them was power department, and that is where I thought that this concerned issue should be raised with. I got a correspondence from their officer, and he said this does not pertain to me. But however, I am forwarding your request to BSES because this falls under their domain.
Okay. Okay.
And then so I have a copy of that and an email to that respect as well, where they said that it does not pertain. However, I'm forwarding this, and then from BSES I got this letter.
Now we will come to this RCS appeal that you had filed for this DERC papers.
Yes, sir. So, sir, my first hearing was initially scheduled because it was an RTI appeal. So it had to be addressed by RCS.
While the meeting continued, it could not be recorded for certain storage or technical limitations. However, from the Jaypee CGHS case-related papers that I received from Ms. Mehnaz Ansari, I have compiled the primary case report, which is available at the link given under this video as Jaypee case report. You may please click the link and study the full report.